Yo, yo, what's poppin'? What's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So, this video, I want to talk about why you don't actually need to be loved. Okay, you don't need to be loved. You understand what I'm saying? And the thing is that a lot of people, they feel some type of way because they feel like they don't have love. They've never been in a loving relationship. They've never been in a long-term relationship where, someone actually cared about them and all that other stuff. I'm actually seeing these videos on TikTok right now where these girls are having these videos talking about, I have all these guys who lust me, but, I want to be loved and no one's actually loving me and all this other stuff, right? And so what I want to say about that is this, right, is the reason why most people are thirsty to be loved is because they're needy and they think that being loved is going to, make them feel happy, make them feel worthy, or whatever it is. So a lot of times the desire to be loved, right, is really deep rooted in insecurity. You understand? But you're like, but Locario, isn't it normal to, want to be loved and to want someone to love you and, you love somebody else and all this other stuff, right? What you got to understand is that if you're thirsty, if you feel like you want it really bad and you feel some type of way because you haven't had it, right? That's an issue. You understand? That's an issue. And the reason why it's an issue is because you don't want to be loved because you think that, that's a good thing. You want to be loved because you're trying to fill a void. You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is this, ask yourself, why do you want a person to love you? Right? Why do you care? Why is that important? Right? Part of the reason why you care is because you want to be validated. And you want to be validated because you think that you yourself are not worthy without that validation. You need someone else to co-sign you to say that you are lovable. You understand? And that's the funny part about it, is that you would say, I want somebody to love me, I want a person to love me, right? But you don't actually need that. Why? Because you're also a person. So why can't you just love you? Why is that so hard? You understand what I'm saying? So the issue is that a lot of people want this quote unquote love, which isn't really love. It's just, codependency and, people validating each other. But they want this because this is the thing that makes them feel comfortable. And without it, they feel like they're missing something. You understand what I'm saying? You feel like you're missing something. But this is the funny part. The funny part about all this is that every one of us are connected. We're all one. So if I love myself, why do I need for this other person to love me? You understand what I'm saying? I could just love myself. And if I'm connected to this other person, we're all connected, then all that needs to, love me is the one, which is me, because we're all one anyway. So why do I need for this person to tell me that they love me in order for me to feel loved when, if I'm aware, I already know that I am loved? You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm connected to everything. Everything is God. Everything is, nature, the universe, whatever you believe in. You understand what I'm saying? It's all one thing. So why do I need this person or that person to validate to me, or to say that I am lovable or worthy? Why? You see what I'm saying? Now, it ain't nothing wrong if a person, loves you and feels that way. There's nothing wrong with that. What you got to understand is that the reason why you're yearning for it, the reason why you desire it, the reason why you are thirsty for it has to do with insecurity. It has to do with you feeling like you're not enough and feeling like if somebody loved you, that would co-sign to you that you are enough, or you would feel like you are enough because now you have somebody who loves you. So you can be like all the other people out here who can say, well, this person loves me and that person loves me, right? So you have a lot of people crying right now and feeling some type of way because, they didn't know their mom or their dad, and they feel like nobody loved them or nobody they know loves them, and they're lonely and all this other stuff. And that's because that they're not connected to everything around them. That's one. And they don't see themselves as worthy in the first place. See, you're probably like, but Locario, this is easy for you to say, you have women who love you and, And also, you've been in situations where, like, you know, women lust you and all that other stuff, right? So, like, I see it from both sides of the spectrum, where I've been in situations where women will just lust me and just want to have sex with me and keep it moving. And then I have the other side where women actually, you know, love my dirty drawers and shit, and they just, you know, they love everything about me, right? What I'm trying to tell you guys is that being on both sides of the spectrum, I realize that you don't need any of it. You know what I'm saying? Like none of it's gonna make you happy. You understand? And the thing is, I'm not even saying like, you know, like I'm unhappy. Like there were times where I was unhappy with all those things, with all the things that people say they think they want as far as love and, oh, this person's supposed to love me. And I was still unhappy, right? In those particular situations, right? So it wasn't the love or somebody loving me that made me happy or whatever it is like that. What I realize is that when it comes to this whole thing of you know, wanting and desiring love, and especially, you know, contrasting that to being lusted after, even if you're comparing and contrasting that, the fact that you're doing that, you're saying that being loved or somebody loving you is more important than somebody lusting you. And if that's your perspective, then you don't understand love. You understand what I'm saying? Because now you're trying to put love in this hierarchy. You're saying love is better than this other thing. But the funny part is that it's all love anyway. You understand what I mean? But this is the thing, guys. What I'm trying to tell you is that don't be out here thirsty for love and thinking that there's something wrong with you because you're not with somebody who you would consider like a person to be in a relationship with, and you're feeling like nobody loves me, nobody cares, and all that other stuff, right? Like, love yourself. Care about yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Because understand, it's all one thing anyway, right? If somebody loved you, right, it's the same as you loving yourself. It's all love. So you're you. So you can be the person that loves you. You don't have to wait for somebody to love you. You don't have to wait for another person to love you. Love your fucking self. Because all these people that you're crying to love you, those same people will quote unquote not love you tomorrow, or leave you tomorrow, or don't want to be with you. So now what? Now you're back to square one. Now you're unlovable now everything sucks now. And then you got to wait till you find another person to love you. Like, cut the bullshit, people. You know what I'm saying? Cut the bullshit. But anyway, listen, guys, if you have any questions, man, hit me up at badboymembership.com and shoplowcario.com. I'm out of here. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. I'm out.